Chapter 31 Door-to-Door Delivery. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Luyun understood the meaning of the sword and obtained the Wukong stone, which was a huge gain. 520 official website that he returned to Qitong happily. As soon as they entered the Qi Hall, they found Xianxia chatting with Feng Wanru, with Uncle Su standing behind her. When they saw Yi Luyun coming in, they immediately looked over. "Why are you here?" Yi Luyun asked strangely. "What? Don't you welcome me?" Xianxia asked. "How could that be possible?" "Of course I welcome you." Yi Luyun then smiled. "But my place is a bit shabby. There isn't even a tea table. How about we go barbecue? There's still room to sit there." Yi Luyun said with some embarrassment. "Okay. It just so happens that I want to eat your roasted meat these days." Xianxia was very generous and didn't care at all. Fortunately, in order to cook barbecue for his aunt these days, Yi Luyun made a special barbecue rack with several chairs next to the rack. Otherwise there wouldn't be enough space to sit. "When you have time, please arrange for someone to give me a set of tables and chairs for drinking tea. Otherwise, you won't have anywhere to sit when you come again." Yi Luyun was not polite to Xianxia, chatting with her while grilling meat. "Okay, I'll ask someone to deliver a tea set and fine tea. But will you pay?" Xianxia asked. "It's all for entertaining you anyway. If you want to give it to me, I'll give it to you. If you don't, I'll sit on the ground later." Yi Luyun laughed. "Shameless." Xianxia rolled her eyes at him. Feng Wanru looked at them chatting with a half-smile and did not participate. "You came to me just to have some barbecue?" Yi Luyun asked. "I'm not going to give you something. If you don't go after a few days, I can only deliver it to your door myself. The materials for refining the storage ring, the beast core and materials with thunder and lightning properties that you want, will be given to you. Delivered. I'll give you the rest of the materials, and I won't pay you any fees. The money from selling the storage ring is all stored with me, and I will give it to you next time. Okay, give me the stuff, and you can figure out the money yourself. I haven't made any elixirs recently, and I don't have anything to bring back to you." After Xianxia handed everything to Yi Luyun, she asked about his current situation. "You haven't been refining elixirs recently, what have you been busy with?" "Cultivation, physical training, and combat skills. I will participate in the martial arts competition in Fengyang City in a few days." Yi Luyun said and distributed the roasted animal meat to everyone. "By the way, I also want to order a batch of seasonings from you. I will take it with me wherever I go from now on, so I can grill meat and eat it at any time. We also need to order a batch of wine. There is meat but no wine, and it doesn't taste good. And clothes. I only have a few pieces, and after a few fights I'll run out of them. There are also medicinal materials. I'm going to make some commonly used elixirs for later use, in case I don't have them when I need them urgently." With that said, Yi Luyun ran to get a pen and paper and wrote down a lot of medicinal materials. "I finally came here, but you really know how to take advantage of it. You just arranged so many things for me after eating your barbecue." Xianxia said, pretending to be dissatisfied. Yi Luyun chuckled. "I'm not making an excuse to deliver it to your door. Come back next time. You are so thick-skinned." Xianxia was very happy that Yi Luyun did not see her outside. The two chatted for a while, and agreed that Xianxia would pick up the storage ring 3 days later, and then Xianxia said goodbye and left. After Xianxia left, Feng Wanru looked at him with amusement. "I think you two are quite suitable. How about you cancel Yi Sinyu's engagement and replace her with Xianxia?" Yi Luyun said awkwardly, "Don't make fun of me, she is just my sister." "Sister? They're all here, do you think I can't tell?" Feng Wanru still stared at him with that playful look, making him feel uncomfortable all over. "I'm not going to bullshit you, I'm going to practice," Yi Luyun said, and ran back to the back hall as if running away. After Yi Luyun returned, he first practiced the sword fighting technique with the puppet. He didn't stop until he had mastered all the moves. His sword skills have been greatly improved, and every sword has a domineering mood. Although it is not too strong, it is still much more powerful than the original sword technique. After that, he poured out all the thunder and lightning items that Xianxia brought, 10 beast cores with thunder attribute, 1 cloud thunder grass, 1 thunder strike wood, 2 golden thunder stones. After absorbing all the lightning power inside, he simply took out all the beast cores and absorbed all the energy inside. Using this energy, he rebuilt a new meridian before he stopped practicing. His current state has reached the late stage of the 7th level of body refining. After practicing, Yi Luyun took a concentration pill, rested for a while, and then took out all the materials for refining the storage ring sent by Xianxia. In addition to the space nest wood and cross-border stone, there are also many metals and jade stones for him to choose at will. He looked at it and saw that there was plenty of all kinds of materials. After thinking about it, it was better to refine a storage bracelet for Xianxia. After all, girls look much better wearing bracelets than rings. So he selected the most suitable metal and started refining it, and then refined some emeralds, an appropriate amount of space nest wood and cross-border stones. After preparing the materials, he used metal as a base, used his soul to control the shape changes, then injected it into the space nest wood, engraved the space formation, and then integrated it into the cross-border stone. Finally, the jadeite is refined into the bracelet and engraved with defensive formations and main identification formations. He was very excited when he saw the final product. It looks like a crystal-clear jade bracelet. Xianxia will definitely like it very much when she sees it. That he put the bracelet away and made a storage ring for the black python. Then he moved all the stored corpses into the black python's ring and let him keep it for himself as food. The black python swallowed the storage ring directly into his mouth and kept nodding his head to thank Yi Luyun. Yi Luyun put away the remaining materials, then took out the Wukong stone and began to practice his body skills. This Wukong stone can really enhance his understanding of space, and many things that he didn't understand before can be easily solved. When the body technique is used, it becomes increasingly difficult to capture the trajectory. In the past few days, he has devoted himself to practicing body and sword skills. Before Xianxia came back, he had refined all the moves of Linkong Ju and Ba Dao Ju to the perfect state. When Xianxia came, he was shirtless and practicing Ben Lei Quan with a puppet in the back hall of the Qi Hall. Xianxia was fascinated by his figure and did not disturb him. At this time, the puppet's realm has risen to the peak of the first level of true essence. Every time Yi Luyun punched, his fists were glowing with lightning. When it hit Puppet Mountain, there was a sizzle sound and sparks flashed out. Later stage of the 7th level of body refining. Release the true energy. Xianxia took a breath of air. This guy is a monster. Not only does his level rise rapidly, but he is also able to release his true energy even before he reaches the true element level. This is simply unreasonable. Yi Luyun finished the punch and stopped to rest, only to find Xianxia looking at him. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I didn't notice you were here. Why didn't you call me? He didn't even think about putting on clothes, but came directly to say hello to Xianxia. Xianxia was not surprised either. But he couldn't help but take a few more glances at the strong muscles on his body. Is my storage ring ready? Xianxia asked. Of course. Yi Luyun took out the storage bracelet. When Xianxia saw that beautiful jade bracelet, she covered her mouth with excitement. Is this a storage space for me? She asked excitedly. Yes. I think it can be made into a storage bracelet to bring out your temperament better. So I took the initiative and changed the ring into a bracelet. Do you like it? If you don't like it, I can help you change it into a ring. Chapter 32: A Letter of Divorce. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Luyun secretly changed Xianxia's storage space into a bracelet, but he still felt a little uneasy. I like it. I won't change it, this is it. Xianxia reached out and grabbed it, looking at it over and over for a long time. Finally, he handed the bracelet to Yi Luyun. With a slight blush on his face, he said, You helped me do it, so just help me put it on again. Okay. I wish I could have asked for it. Yi Luyun took the bracelet with one hand, pulled Xianxia's smooth and white arm over with the other, and helped her bring the bracelet up directly. Looking at the jade hand with the bracelet on, Yi Luyun couldn't help but exclaimed, "Perfect." Liang Shui was also filled with red clouds flying around, and she couldn't help but feel happy. Liang Shui handed him all the things Yi Luyun asked for last time, and then started to move things around. She moved everything from the ring to the bracelet. She was very busy and smiled happily like a child. Yi Luyun put his hands on the table, cupped his chin, and just looked at her and smiled. Liang Shui found out, suddenly blushed, lowered her head shyly, and brushed the hair beside her ears with her hand. Yi Luyun was dumbfounded by this bowed look, and his heart was beating fast. "Thank you for your gift," Liang Shui said softly. Yi Luyun also felt a little embarrassed and said quickly, "I will refine some elixirs in the next 2 days and send them to Wanbao Pavilion for you after the competition." Liang Shui nodded, and then suddenly asked Yi Luyun, "What state is your aunt in?" "After I went back last time, Uncle Fu said that your aunt is unfathomable." "I don't know what state she is in, she must be quite powerful." Yi Luyun said nonchalantly. Liang Shui wanted to say something, but her words stopped and she didn't say anything. The two sat for a while longer before Liang Shui returned to Wanbao Pavilion. Yi Luyun did not practice immediately. Instead, he took out the weapon refining materials and made a similar storage bracelet for Feng Wanru. He felt that given his aunt's temperament, she would look good wearing it. "Although my aunt, who is a craftsman, may not like it, but at least it is my intention." After he finished it, he gave the bracelet to Feng Wanru. Unexpectedly, she didn't react at all and directly put the storage ring away. Yi Luyun was a little disappointed and returned to the back hall in despair. He took out all the medicinal materials and started to make elixirs. During dinner in the morning, he glumly took out 5 jars of wine and put them on the table. "I added the golden yuan fruit, centennial blood spirit fruit, a little blood vein grass, some medicinal materials, and animal blood to this wine. You can keep it and drink it." Liang Shui brought him 10 jars of wine, and he refined all the medicinal materials. He took out 5 jars and gave them to Feng Wanru. He kept 5 jars for himself and put them in the gourds that he had refined earlier to contain liquids. Feng Wanru put away the 5 jars of wine without saying a word or saying a word. "This is not like my aunt's character. She doesn't speak even when she sees wine. Could it be that she is angry?" Yi Luyun suddenly realized, was it because Liang Shui came and made her unhappy? So he said, "If you don't like people coming to me, I can tell them not to come in the future." With a poof sound, Feng Wanru finally laughed. She didn't know what was wrong with her, but she just didn't like Liang Shui coming to Yi Luyun, but she didn't expect that this silly boy could actually guess it right. Could it be that the awakening of bloodline makes people smarter? But looking at Yi Luyun's deflated look, she couldn't bear to torture him anymore, so she said, "I don't care about you anymore." Just as he was talking, he heard Yi Yong calling him outside the door. He went to open the door, and Yi Yong said hurriedly, "Senior brother Luyun, something serious has happened. Yi Qingyun is back." Yi Luyun was puzzled. He had never seen this Yi Qingyun. Then he asked, "He is back, what does he have to do with me?" "He is in the meeting hall now and asked you to go see him. He also said that he would seek justice for Yi Xinyu and let you cancel the engagement." Yi Yong explained. "Oh. That woman actually fell in love with Yi Qingyun again. Wait a minute, I'll give you something." With that said, Yi Luyun turned back, picked up a pen and wrote a few words, and then handed the paper to Yi Yong. "Just take this over. I still have to practice and I don't have time to care about them." After saying that, Yi Luyun turned around and went back to eat. "Auntie, I just wrote a divorce letter to Yi Xinyu. I have nothing to do with her from now on." Yi Luyun felt that he should tell his aunt about this. Oh. That's an advantage for her. Feng Wanru didn't pay much attention. Looking at the way the great elder looks like, I can't bear to bully another woman like her. As long as she doesn't mess with me anymore, let's forget it. Yi Luyun said. Yeah. I hope she won't seek death again. Feng Wanru said lightly, and then continued to eat. Does my aunt know what Yi Xinyu did? She stays at home every day, how did she know? Yi Luyun was suspicious, but didn't ask. I just coaxed my aunt, don't make her unhappy again. When Yi Yong outside the door saw the words written by Yi Luyun, the corner of his mouth twitched. But he couldn't say anything, so he had to take the piece of paper back to the meeting hall. At this moment, Yi Qingyun was sitting high on the main seat of the meeting hall. Yi Xianxia sat next to him like a little bird. This Yi Qingyun, relying on his status as Tianyun prince, even ignored the clan leader. He completely forgot that he could enter the Tianyun palace because the family put all their efforts into sending him there, and the patriarch didn't want to offend him in view of his current status. All the elders of the Yi family sat aside with ugly expressions. Where is Yi Luyun? Yi Qingyun was very dissatisfied when he saw Yi Yong coming back. He only brought me a piece of paper back. He said he was busy practicing and didn't have time to come over. Yi Yong said, about to give him the piece of paper. This guy is so arrogant that he dares to disobey my order. Read it, I'm too lazy to read it. Yi Qingyun was obviously very dissatisfied with Yi Luyun. This. Yi Yong was a little embarrassed. Recite it as you are told, why are you hesitating? Yi Xinyu also pretended to be intimidating. She got close to Yi Qingyun, so she naturally felt that she was superior to others. Okay. Yi Yong also looked down on these two people from the bottom of his heart, so he read loudly. A letter of divorce. Yi Xinyu did not uphold the virtues of a woman, flirted with others, and plotted to kill her husband. I hereby write a letter of divorce. Leave it to Yi Luyun. Friday, February 10th, 13th year. Hearing this, some elders almost laughed out loud. These people have long disliked the two of them, and Yi Xinyu's face instantly turned pale. She wanted to get the marriage certificate back and then marry Yi Qingyun. Unexpectedly, Yi Luyun divorced him directly this time. She also said that she was unruly as a woman. With this kind of stain, how can I have the dignity to stay in the Yi family in Fengyang City in the future? Soon she would be the laughingstock of the town. Yi Qingyun also looked ugly. Unexpectedly, Yi Luyun was so cruel that he wrote a letter of divorce. However, thanks to his own support, Yi Yong read it out. Now it's like water that has been thrown out, and you can't take it back. And if he marries Yi Xinyu in the future, people will laugh at him. Brother Qingyun, this loser dares to humiliate me like this. You have to make the decision for me. Yi Xinyu sobbed and asked Yi Qingyun for help. Yi Qingyun smashed the armrest of the chair to pieces with one palm. Yi Luyun, how dare you play tricks on me? Patriarch, how do you think we should deal with this person? That the clan leader secretly laughed in his heart. Now let's see how you two losers get off the stage. However, his face remained calm. He is engaged, so he has the right to divorce his wife. This is his own business, and we outsiders will not interfere. The patriarch used the word outsider very seriously, which meant to remind Yi Qingyun that you are just an outsider, and you have no right to interfere in other people's affairs between husband and wife. After the clan leader finished speaking, he left the hall directly. Chapter 33 Meeting an Opponent. You are listening at MTnovel. The clan leader now has no favorable impression of Yi Qingyun at all. 520 official website. After achieving some success, he returned to the family to dominate and flirt with married women. It was simply a shame to the family. The patriarch also secretly admired his ancestors' vision in his heart. As soon as the clan leader left, the others also left one after another. After a while, only Yi Qingyun and Yi Xinyu were left in the huge meeting hall. Seeing this situation, Yi Qingyun also knew that the elders were expressing their disapproval of him. But he is confident that the Yi family must rely on him if they want to win the martial arts competition. Humph. These old guys are actually protecting that Yi Luyun. Junior sister, don't worry, if they don't deal with that Yi Luyun, I won't go to Wubi. Let's see what they do. Yi Qingyun knew how powerful he was, so he didn't dare to really offend the elders and went directly to Yi Luyun to do something. He could only threaten the elders into submission by not participating in the martial arts competition. The clan leader obviously thought of this, and after leaving the hall, he went directly to Yi Luyun. I'm afraid that Yi Qingyun will blackmail the family into punishing you on the pretext of participating in a martial arts competition. The patriarch did not shy away and went straight to the point. What state is he in? Yi Luyun asked. Second level of true energy. However, the realm is illusory. It should have just been improved with the help of elixirs. I will definitely surpass him. Without him, the game will not be delayed. Yi Luyun said firmly. Yes. Don't worry, we will pretend that he is not there. But after all, he is from the Tianyun Palace, so there is no need for us to offend him. Just try your best to compete. That the clan leader felt relieved when he saw that Yi Luyun was confident. As for Yi Qingyun, don't worry about him. He will have to return to Tianyun Palace soon anyway. After the clan leader left, Yi Luyun continued to practice and prepare for the martial arts competition, and did not take Yi Qingyun to heart at all. On the day of the martial arts competition, everyone gathered early in the meeting hall. But Yi Qingyun never showed up. The clan leader sighed and asked Yi Luyun and the others to set off. As for Yi Qingyun, he was too lazy to care, and Yi Qingyun is still waiting for someone to invite him at Yi Sinyu's house, but it won't come if you wait on the left, and it won't come if you wait on the right. Finally, he asked someone to inquire, only to find out that the others had already set off, and no one paid any attention to him. Yi Qingyun became angry from shame. That's unreasonable. I want to see what kind of abilities Yi Luyun has that makes him worthy of the family's attention. Brother Qingyun, why don't you take action against him during the martial arts competition, so that the Yi family can know about it? We can't do this without you. Yi Sinyu persuaded from the side. Not bad. Come on, I have an invitation in my hand. I'll take you there. With that said, the two of them also hurried to the city lord's mansion. When Yi Luyun and the others rushed to the city lord's mansion, they happened to meet Xianxia. Why are you here too? Yi Luyun was a little curious. I am also from Fengyang City. Why can't I come? This martial arts competition is not limited to just the three of you aristocratic families. Xianxia said with a smile. Yi Luyun thought about it. Seeing that she was alone, he invited her, sit with us. The more people there, the more lively it will be. Okay. Xianxia also happily accepted the invitation and followed the Yi family into the city lord's mansion. The people of the Mo family are already sitting and waiting. Yi Luyun didn't expect to see an acquaintance at Mo's house. Mo Yuqing. When Mo Yuqing saw him coming, she nodded and said hello to him from a distance, but when a person next to Mo Yuqing saw Yi Luyun, he shouted, Yi Luyun. I've looked everywhere for you but can't find you. How dare you come here? Yi Luyun was stunned and asked, who are you? Do you have something to do with me? Humph, you look like one. My name is Mo Tianli, and Mo Tianli is my cousin. He went to see you last time and never came back. Tell me, did you kill him? Where are the others? Only then did Yi Luyun suddenly realize. If Mo Tianli hadn't mentioned it, he would have completely forgotten about Mo Tianli, but he didn't move the body, it was just on the street. Hasn't it been discovered yet? At this time, Xianxia sent a message to him, I will help you dispose of Mo Tianli's body. Yi Luyun nodded calmly, pretended to think for a while, and then said to Mo Tianli, Mo Tianli? Sorry, I haven't seen him. Are you mistaken? Mo Tianli was also stunned. Is it true that Yi Luyun has never met Mo Tianli? Then he asked, then where did Mo Tianli go? Yi Luyun smiled and said, what does his whereabouts have to do with me? I'm not familiar with him. Why are you asking me? With that said, he ignored Mo Tianli and walked to the designated place to sit down with the Yi family. Tianli, what's going on? Someone beside Mo Tianli asked. Last time Tianli went to seek revenge on this kid, but he never came back. I don't know where he went. I want to seek revenge on this kid, but there is no evidence to prove that he did it. Mo Tianli shook his head and sighed. When everyone heard this, they all said, I don't care if this kid did it or not, just kill him later. Someone next to him suggested. I heard that he is the number one in the Yi family. Mo Yuqing reminded everyone. And Mo Tianli also saw that everyone in the Yi family respected Yi Luyun, and he was obviously the leader. So he said, "I'm afraid this kid is not that simple. Who is that person from the Mo family who is practicing with his eyes closed?" Yi Luyun saw that behind everyone in the Mo family, there was a person who had been practicing with his eyes closed. Yi Tianxi and the others looked over, but they all shook their heads. If Yi Luyun hadn't said anything, they wouldn't have noticed this person. Xianxia said, "That man's name is Mo Tianheng. Everyone knows that Mo Tianli is the number one in the Mo family competition. In fact, the most powerful person in the Mo family is Mo Tianheng. He didn't participate in the competition at all. Why can't I see what state he is in?" Yi Tianxi said. "I can't tell either. But look at the fluctuations in the air around him. It's as if he has merged into the air. This person is not simple. You should be more careful when you encounter him." Yi Luyun reminded everyone. At this moment, Mo Tianheng suddenly opened his eyes and looked towards Yi Luyun, as if he had a telepathy in his heart. As soon as their eyes made contact, they both looked away. So strong. Yi Luyun thought to himself. It's an opponent. Mo Tianheng murmured and closed his eyes again. When the disciples of the Mo family saw that Mo Tianheng regarded Yi Luyun as his opponent, they couldn't help but look high at Yi Luyun. Those who just said they would deal with Yi Luyun did not expect to be slapped in the face in the blink of an eye. Is this Yi Luyun really that strong? Even Mo Tianheng regards him as his opponent. Mo Tianli thought to himself, his face also uncertain. I couldn't decide for a while whether I should take the initiative to challenge Yi Luyun. Not long after Yi Luyun and the others took their seats, the city lord's daughter Qin Zian appeared. Naturally, Yi Luyun didn't have a good impression of the city lord's mansion that sent guards to assassinate him. I saw Qin Zian dressed in purple clothes, looking luxurious and majestic, showing the demeanor of the daughter of the city lord's palace. Her figure and appearance are among the best among women. However, Yi Luyun felt that her dress was a bit too exaggerated. So I just glanced at it and then looked away, but in the eyes of other young men, she is like a goddess. Even the other male disciples of the Yi family were looking at Qin Zian intently. Looking at it like that, I'm salivating. What? Don't you look at it more? Xianxia felt a little happy when she saw that Yi Luyun was not tempted. Grasping the crowd, Yi Luyun sent a message to Xianxia. Xianxia was shocked. It stands to reason that Yi Luyun's state is such that he cannot use his spiritual consciousness to transmit sounds. Usually, for many people with the first level of true energy, their souls are not strong enough to transmit sounds with their spiritual consciousness. Chapter 34 Qin Family's Foreign Aid. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Qin Zian appeared on the stage, the focus was on Yi Luyun and Mo Tianheng. //ncom But of these two people, one just glanced at him, while the other didn't even look at him and kept practicing with his eyes closed. This made her even begin to doubt her own charm. Isn't what I'm wearing today attractive enough? But she recovered quickly. After all, she is the master today, and she also has to host the competition. Just listen to her loud voice. Thank you to all the geniuses for coming to Fengyang City to participate in this year's competition. On behalf of the City Lord's Mansion, I welcome everyone. Now that everyone is almost here, let's get started. Still the same as in previous years, the first link was the demonstration of the exercises. I wonder which young talent is willing to show you something. Immediately there were several young people in the audience, jumping onto the ring and demonstrating the skills they had learned. This first session is, to put it bluntly, a warm-up session. Those who took the stage were all disciples from other places or from small families. I want to gain the attention of several big families through display. It would be even better if she could be attracted by a goddess like Qin Zian. Naturally, people from the three major aristocratic families will not appear in this session. It wasn't until two people showed off their skills that Yi Qinyun and Yi Xinyu rushed to the city lord's mansion. Yi Qinyun holds the invitation and the token from Tianyun Palace, so the city lord's palace will naturally not stop the two of them. But after they came in, they did not sit with the Yi family, which made Qin Zian very strange. However, she didn't know what was going on and couldn't make arrangements randomly, so she had no choice but to let it go. Yi Qingyun originally thought that as soon as he came in, he would attract the attention of thousands of people, and the city lord's mansion would even stop the process to greet him. Unexpectedly, no one paid any attention to him. Moreover, there are many well-informed people who are pointing fingers at Yi Xinyu, obviously talking about Yi Xinyu's divorce. Yi Xinyu didn't even dare to raise her head. Did you really divorce Yi Xinyu? Liang Shui also asked Yi Luyun for confirmation. Yes. Yi Luyun simply replied without even looking at the two of them. TSK, TSK, TSK. You are so willing to give up to such a delicate little girl. Liang Shui said with some gloating. Yi Luyun smiled and said, yeah. He acts coquettishly towards everyone, except me. His words made Liang Shui and the Yi family disciples beside him laugh. They all looked towards Yi Xinyu. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Yi Luyun must have said something to make the Yi family look at Yi Xinyu that way. When Yi Xinyu saw it, she felt even more shameless to stay, but she couldn't leave at this moment. He had no choice but to pull Yi Qingyun's clothes, trying to get him to stand up for him. At this moment, Yi Qingyun couldn't even see clearly. He looked at Liang Shui for a while and Qin Zian for a while. Liang Shui's temperament is simply several levels higher than Yi Xinyu's, and Qin Zian also looked more luxurious and elegant than Yi Xinyu. In addition, everyone around him was pointing fingers at Yi Xinyu. At this moment, he wanted to distance himself from Yi Xinyu, so he flicked his sleeve and shook Yi Xinyu's hand away. Yi Xinyu felt aggrieved, but did not dare to break out. If even this big tree was gone, she would not be able to withdraw, so she had to endure it and blame Yi Luyun for her humiliation. At this time, the display in the field was coming to an end, and some militant young people were already ready to make a move. Qin Zian seized the opportunity and said to everyone, I'm afraid many people already want to try their skills. Then, this year's martial arts competition will officially begin. I wonder which young genius wants to take the stage to fight. As soon as she finished speaking, his suitor flew onto the ring. I'll come first. I would like to give the victory of this first battle to Miss Zi Yan. Qin Zian just smiled and nodded without saying anything. The one who took the stage was only at the 7th level of body refining, not as high as her. He's not a disciple of a big family, so why would she take him seriously? Which little brat is so arrogant? You also called me Zian. As soon as he finished speaking, another Qin Zian suitor also stepped onto the ring. The two of them didn't talk to each other, and soon they were fighting together. A disciple of the Yi family who participated in the last martial arts competition said, in previous martial arts competitions, those who competed at the 6th level of body refining were the first to compete. But this year, the 7th level of body refining will take place. It seems that the overall strength is higher than in previous years. That's right. Yi Luyun nodded and said, the scarred man behind Qin Zian is at the 2nd level of True Yuan. I don't know if he will end up soon. I didn't expect that both the Mo family and the Qin family have hidden masters. Junior brother Luyun, can you withstand it? Yi Tianxi asked. Almost. You have to try it before you know. Yi Luyun said. Okay. Mingjin and I will test their strength for you later. Yi Tianxi knew he couldn't beat them, but a fighting spirit surged through him. Even if you know you will lose, you still have to fight. Yi Luyun was very optimistic about this aspect of him. As the competition progressed, casualties occurred occasionally. There were also disciples from the Yi family who came on stage one after another, each winning or losing, but no one died. At this time, Mo Tianli challenged Qin Zian. Mo Tianli and Yi Tianxi were both at the same level, slightly stronger than Qin Zian and Yi Mingjin. He took the initiative to challenge Qin Zian in the city lord's mansion. Apparently the family had told them to deal with the city lord's mansion first. And the main target of Yi Tianxi and the others is also the city lord's mansion. Unexpectedly, Qin Zian smiled and said, Brother Tianli thinks too highly of Zi Yan, how can I be your opponent? But my cousin Qin Xiong happens to be a guest at my Qin family, so let him come and enjoy your time with you. Mo Tianli also knew that he was no match for the scarred man. But he and Yi Tianxi had the same idea. They wanted to test the scarred man's strength, but at this time, one person from the Mo family stepped onto the ring first. If you want to fight with my cousin, it depends on whether you have the strength. You must pass my level first. This person's intention was obvious, which was to let Mo Tianli preserve his strength. If Mo Tianli is injured, then no one in the Mo family will be able to compete with people of the same level as Yi Tianxi and Qin Zian. The man with the scar sneered and jumped onto the stage. You asked for this, you can't blame me. As he spoke, a bright light flashed across the stage, and one of the Mo disciples' arms flew out of thin air. Hiss! Everyone in the audience took a breath. What a quick move! The Qin family has found a strong support. Most people didn't see the knife on Qin Xiong's back move, let alone how he took action. Yi Luoyan's phantom eyes could see clearly. One of the moves Qin Xiong used was to draw his sword and slash, but the speed of the sword was faster than him. Mainly because of his high level, however, Yi Luoyan was also confident that he could avoid his attack. He has a strong soul and sharp senses. Coupled with the current phantom eyes, I can clearly see the trajectory of this knife. Moreover, this man's sword was only quick and had no artistic conception. Yi Qingyun in the audience had a smile on his face and was secretly happy in his heart. Fortunately, I didn't agree to take action, otherwise I would have made a fool of myself. Facing such a strong enemy, I want to see how Yi Luoyan responds. People from the Mo family came on stage and helped the Mo family disciple down to heal his injuries. Mo Tianli couldn't help but wanted to go on stage, but someone held his shoulders down. You are no match for him. I will do it. The person who spoke was none other than Mo Tianheng. Then Mo Tianheng stepped onto the ring in a flash. Chapter 35 Continuous Revelations. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What a powerful movement. Who is this person? You don't know him? This is Mo Tianheng from the Mo family. Is that the #1 genius of Fengyang Invincible? Yes. It is said that he can fight against the third level of true energy. Some people in the audience were talking quietly, but Yi Luoyan heard them all. I saw Mo Tianheng standing on the stage with his hands behind his back, saying to the scarred man, "Your action, is it too cruel?" The man with the scar licked his lower lips and said, "Do you have to keep your hands when competing in the ring? Are you afraid of death? You can get out." Mo Tianheng smiled slightly and continued, "If you are really a member of the Qin family, we will admit it if you are more serious. But if I remember correctly, you are a small leader of the Yunxiang City Flying Tiger mercenary group. Your real name is Tong Tiger. I wonder if what I said is right." After hearing this, the scarred man was shocked, but he said in a sophistry, "Nonsense. You must have recognized the wrong person. In all these years of experience in surrounding cities, I have never admitted the wrong person. Especially with your scarred face. It's not easy to admit the mistake." Mo Tianheng continued unhurriedly, "No one was stupid. One look at the scarred man's expression and they all knew that Mo Tianheng was right. The Qin family is really lonely. They actually did this. I didn't expect it. The Qin family is so unbearable." Someone in the audience immediately started to ridicule. Mo Tianheng's expression gradually became serious. "You, an outsider, dare to come to disturb the martial arts competition and even go on stage to commit murder. How can I spare you? Humph. Kill me if you can." The man with the scar immediately showed a fierce look on his face, and drew out his sword first, attacking Mo Tianheng. Mo Tianheng faced the scarred man's extremely swift knife, but he closed his eyes, turned sideways to avoid it, and then punched the scarred man. His punch seemed weak and had no strength, nor was it an advanced technique, but to Yi Luoyan, this punch felt like Mo Tianheng himself, as if it had blended into the surrounding environment and become one with nature. He also naturally thought that if the sword has the intention of a sword, then the fist also has the intention of a fist. Mo Tianheng's body skills are also the same as his boxing skills. It seems that every step he takes is in perfect harmony with the surrounding environment. This Mo Tianheng gave him the feeling of being a martial arts master. Although he didn't use any advanced techniques, he was able to move his punches and kicks freely, with an unpredictable artistic conception. Yi Luoyan stared at Mo Tianheng without blinking, for fear of missing some details. His consciousness and phantom eyes were also locked tightly on Mo Tianheng, observing his movements. It's a pity that the scarred man on stage couldn't last long. Not long after, he was punched by Mtlnovel, blood spurted out from his mouth, and then he fell to the ground. Yi Luyun could see clearly that the punch Mtlnovel used was not very powerful, but it condensed the surrounding spiritual energy and doubled the power of the punch. The last punch that the scarred man received was powerful enough to reach the middle stage of the third level of true energy. Mtlnovel's footwork seemed to follow a certain pattern, and his moving directions were also in order. Yi Luyun immediately closed his eyes and began to feel the process of Mtlnovel's action. At the same time, he also simulated it in the sea of consciousness, adding the artistic conception that blended with nature to the thunder fist, and understood his own artistic conception. As for what happened on the field, he no longer had the heart to care. Mtlnovel's action seemed to open a door for him and let him realize something, and when the Qin family was found out in public and had hired foreign aid, their reputation was naturally disgraced and everyone was deserted. The disciples of the Yi family and the Mo family began to target the Qin family at the same time, taking turns to challenge and suppress the Qin family disciples one by one. With Mtlnovel and Yi Xianxia here, the Qin family had no chance of counterattack and was destined to be at the bottom of this martial arts competition. Xianxia's face was extremely ugly, but she was helpless. So she secretly thought about how she should compare herself to a disciple of Yi Mingzhen's level in order to earn some face for the Qin family. Unexpectedly, Liang Shui saw her thoughts. Liang Shui also secretly hated the fact that the city lord's mansion had taken action against her, and immediately took the initiative to challenge Xianxia. Feeling Liang Shui's powerful aura, how could Xianxia dare to challenge? However, Liang Shui had no intention of letting the city lord's mansion go. If Sister Ziyan doesn't dare to fight, then I think Wanbao Pavilion will be the one to host the Fengyang City Martial Arts competition from now on. After all, your Qin family has now fallen to the point of taking action secretly. If you don't pay the price, you want me to easily bypass you. That she was talking about the Henglin Mountains, and the Qin family knew it. But everyone thought she was talking about Scar Man. As the saying goes, everyone pushes down the wall. At this moment, everyone is watching the excitement, and no one speaks for the Qin family. The disciples of the Mo family and the Yi family also took the opportunity to agree and ask the Qin family to hand over the right to hold the martial arts competition. Xianxia has been forced to the point where she can hardly hold herself any longer. At this time, an old man with white hair came to Xianxia's ear and whispered a few words. Xianxia said immediately, "Since this is everyone's opinion, our Qin family is willing to hand over the right to hold the martial arts competition." However, Tianbao Pavilion has never been involved in the affairs of the three major families. I think the right to hold the martial arts competition should be given to this whichever team wins the competition will be the host in the future. Okay, that her move was not without its insidiousness. Let the Yi and Mo families fight over each other, so that they can watch the tigers fight from the top of a mountain and shift the focus of the conflict. Liang Shui also sat down immediately and stopped making any sound. Her purpose had been achieved. She mainly wanted to embarrass the Qin family. Tianbao Pavilion is indeed not involved in the affairs of these three companies. Even if the Qin family gives her the right to fight, she will still give the Yi family a favor. Both the Mo family and the Yi family also think this method is fair. Anyway, they have Mtlnovel here, so they have nothing to worry about. So everyone decided who would come first and who would host the martial arts competition in the future. The Mo family and the Yi family started fighting. Since the Yi family also has Yi Mingzhen, the overall strength of the Yi family is stronger than that of the Mo family. The battle between Yi Xianxia and Mtlnovel was a narrow one in the end, winning the victory for the Yi family. Now it's up to Mtlnovel and Yi Luyun, who can win the first place. Yi Luyun and Mtlnovel were both practicing at the moment, and no one bothered them for a while. At this time, a harsh sound sounded in the hall. I think this Yi Luyun knew that he couldn't beat Mtlnovel, so he was deliberately stalling for time. That the person who said this was the ignored Yi Qinyun. Seeing him mocking Yi Luyun, Liang Shui was naturally dissatisfied and immediately cursed. Who do you think you are? Do you have the right to speak here? You don't dare to go on stage and criticize others here. Then he turned around and asked Yi Xianxia, "Is this guy from your Yi family?" Yi Xianxia said cooperatively, "I don't know him." "You are so brave." Yi Qinyun then took out the token of Tianyun Palace and shouted loudly, "How dare you despise the golden armored guards of Tianyun Palace? Are you looking for death?" Seeing this token, everyone showed fear. It turns out he is a big shot in the Tianyun Palace. Suddenly someone showed a fawning look. At this time, Xianxia beside her also stood up, pointed at Liang Shui and the Yi family and yelled, "You dare to offend the Tianyun prince's mansion, do you want to bring disaster to the Yi family?" Yi Tianxi and others looked ugly, but they did not dare to argue. Liang Shui snorted coldly and said disdainfully, "Yi Qingyun, don't think that I don't know your details. You are just a handyman disciple in Tianyun Palace. Even if you are not as good as a dog raised by the Tianyun prince's mansion, you are worthy of having the Tianyun prince's mansion stand up for you. Still wearing a golden armor. Are you worthy? Humiliate yourself." Liang Shui's words shocked everyone. "I'll go. This martial arts competition is really exciting. Yeah. It turns out he's a handyman. This guy can really pretend. Ah. I almost let this guy fool me just now." Everyone immediately cursed. Chapter 36, Strong Battle. You are listening at MTnovel. Only then did everyone, including the disciples of the Yi family, realize that this big shot was just a handyman disciple. He actually had the nerve to dominate the family, and he suddenly looked contemptuous. The one with the most exciting expression is Xianxia. This is not true. Brother Qingyun, tell me quickly, this is not true. Xianxia is going crazy now. He had already handed over his body to Yi Qingyun. Unexpectedly, this Yi Qingyun turned out to be a liar. Go away. Yi Qingyun was found out at this moment, and he was extremely embarrassed. Unexpectedly, Xianxia didn't know what was going on and asked him to explain. If it weren't for Xianxia, how could he be in such an embarrassing situation? So he poured out all his resentment on Xianxia. Bitch! He cursed, then slapped Xianxia in the face, knocking her to the ground. Xianxia, you are really stupid. You still have illusions about this liar. Also, if you weren't stupid, why would you not want a cornucopia next to you, and instead go around begging for money? Liang Shui can become the young master of Wanbao Pavilion, so naturally she is not a fuel-efficient lamp. Xianxia dared to scold her just now, she must take the opportunity to hit him now. At this moment, Xianxia's spirit completely collapsed. He rushed towards Yi Qingyun desperately and was knocked unconscious by his palm. At this time, Yi Luyan woke up from his cultivation state and was a little confused about everything in front of him. Is this Yi Qingyun crazy? Why are you beating up Xianxia? Liang Shui told Yi Luyan what happened in just a few words. Yi Luyan said oh and ignored it, but looked at Tianheng. Tianheng also looked over. The two smiled at each other and were about to get ready to enter the ring. When Yi Qingyun saw Yi Luyan ignoring him, he felt even more angry. If it weren't for this trash, how could he have been exposed by the woman around him? Liang Shui's aura was so powerful that he knew he couldn't beat her. But Yi Luyan is just a waste, and he dares to ignore himself at this moment, so he shouted, Yi Luyan, do you dare to fight with me? Yi Luyan thought for a while and said to Tianheng, Brother Tianheng, please wait for me a moment. I'll deal with this garbage first. Please. Tianheng said with a smile. So, Yi Luyan stepped onto the ring and said to Yi Qingyun, come on. I will help you. Yi Qingyun immediately flew onto the ring. In any case, he is also at the second level of true essence, so when he makes a move, many people are surprised. I will use your blood today to wash away my shame. I want everyone to know that even if I am an insignificant person in the Tianyun Palace, I am better than a loser like you. Yi Luyan smiled and said, I'm afraid you will be disappointed. You brought all your shame on yourself. You will never be able to wash it away in your life. I will break all the bones in your body one by one. Yi Qingyun was furious, roared, and punched Yi Luyan. However, Yi Luyan suddenly burst out with a scornful aura, like a god of war. Looking at him was like looking down at an ant. Go to hell. With a shout, Yi Luyan punched Yi Qingyun with a domineering punch. I'll go. Is this Yi Luyan going to fight against the second level of True Yuan? Someone exclaimed, but with a loud boom, Yi Qingyun's figure flew out upside down, his arms were already hanging down limply. Yi Luyan did not stop, his figure flashed, suddenly appeared above Yi Qingyun, and punched him down. There was a loud bang sound. Before Yi Qingyun could fly out of the ring, he was punched onto the ring by Yi Luyan. Then he raised his foot and kicked Yi Qingyun off the ring. Everyone gasped when they saw Yi Qingyun's miserable condition. His clothes were shattered, and cracks appeared centered on his chest. It was obvious that the sea of qi, meridians, and bones all over his body must have been shattered. Just now he said he would break other people's bones, but now his whole body is as soft as noodles. I'm afraid this man is completely ruined. When people looked at Yi Luyan again, fear appeared in their eyes. The second level of true essence was beaten so badly by him. Who else would dare to mess with him in the future? The Xianxia in Yi Luyan's body at this moment was extremely condensed. In terms of quality, he is definitely much stronger than the average 8th level body refiner. Coupled with the power of the Xianxia seeds all over his body and the blessing of his bloodline, his strength is much stronger than Yi Qingyun, the empty second level of Xianyuan. What's more, when he just punched, he incorporated the power of becoming one with the world and borrowing the general trend of the world, so Yi Qingyun simply couldn't withstand his attack. Yi Luyan, on the other hand, made a gesture of invitation to Mo Tianheng as if nothing was wrong. Mo Tianheng also happily accepted the invitation and stepped onto the stage. You are indeed qualified to be my opponent. Mo Tianheng praised both each other. Yi Luyan said politely, then mobilized all his strength to prepare for a fight with Mo Tianheng. Facing such a master, he didn't dare to be careless at all. Mo Tianheng was the same, with an unprecedented cautious expression on his face. Everyone else also held their breath and watched this peak showdown nervously. Suddenly, both of them moved at the same time. Mo Tianheng slapped his palm lightly, while Yi Luyan slowly punched. Everyone looked at them with doubts on their faces. These two people were quite impressive, but their attacks were ineffective no matter how they looked at them. Then I heard a loud boom in my ears. Two huge forces clashed together, making the ears of everyone present ringing and making them dizzy. The aftermath of the fight between the two knocked those who were close to the ground, and those who were less advanced vomited blood on the spot. Everyone hurriedly retreated to avoid. We can't even handle the aftermath. Is this the power of a master? These two monsters. How powerful they are. Then, their movement suddenly accelerated, as fast as lightning. Every time they fight, the two are instantly separated, and their figures on the stage flash. The sound of bang 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 was heard constantly. The two people on the stage were also secretly frightened. Mo Tianheng felt that Yi Luyan's every punch carried an invincible momentum, and that kind of artistic conception was full of domineering meaning. Obviously, Yi Luyan realized a different artistic conception. Moreover, Yi Luyan's true energy is also very strange, much stronger than ordinary people. It also contained the power of thunder and lightning, and every time he punched, he felt numb all over. Yi Luyan also felt that Mo Tianheng seemed to be integrated into nature, and every time he attacked, he had to resist a lot of resistance from the spiritual energy in nature, thus weakening his attack. Yi Luyan felt that in terms of artistic conception, he was far behind Mo Tianheng. Mo Tianheng became more integrated with nature, feeling like nature and man were one. After all, I have just realized it, and I am still far behind in this aspect, and with the gathering of spiritual energy around him, he felt like being dragged into the swamp. The more he fought, the greater the resistance became, and even his movement skills seemed to be affected. In terms of physical skills, both of them have their own advantages and are equally matched. There is no trace of Yi Luyan's movements. Some of them are like teleportation, which is very strange. Mo Tianheng, on the other hand, behaved like a master, creating wind every step of the way, stirring up the aura around him and integrating into the general trend. In comparison, Yi Luyan's artistic conception was weaker, but Yi Luyan learned quickly and made rapid progress. While playing, he was learning and analyzing in his mind, so his own artistic conception was also rapidly improving. Chapter 37 Guards Intercept and Kill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Everyone in the Yi family and the Mo family knew that Mo Tianheng was very powerful, but no one could have imagined that Yi Luyan was so powerful and could fight so many moves with Mo Tianheng. At this moment, Yi Luyan was gradually suppressed by the spiritual energy around him. Seeing that he was about to fall into a weak position, he suddenly roared and the power of his blood burst out, immediately breaking through the obstruction of the spiritual energy. 520 official website. At the same time, the artistic conception on his body also rose again, his domineering energy became more powerful, and his movement speed became faster. He himself did not expect that his bloodline would actually have a positive effect on the artistic conception and movement of the boxing technique. As a result, the situation immediately reversed, and it became Yi Luyun beating Mo Tianheng. In the courtyard of the city lord's palace, at the crown of a big tree in the distance, two men in armor watched with interest. And their bodies seem to have completely integrated into the world. Unless they show up on their own initiative, no one in Fengyang City can detect them. Geniuses, these two are definitely rare geniuses. 19. Go back and report to the boss. One of them urged excitedly. Why are you so anxious? I'll wait and see. See if they can show all their strength. Another lazy voice said. Yes. Both of them have reservations. The person who spoke before also admitted that he was right. But to their disappointment, after persisting for a while, Mo Tianheng stopped. Yi Luyun had no choice but to stop and look at Mo Tianheng in surprise. You win. There is no need for us to continue fighting. Even if we use all our abilities, both sides will lose. Yi Luyun nodded when he heard this. If he used the soul to attack, he was not sure whether it would leave any sequelae for Mo Tianheng. And Mo Tianheng obviously has his own trump card. Okay. I hope I can fight with you again in the future. Yi Luyun said, cupping his fists. Mo Tianheng also cupped his fists to show respect. But he sent a message to Yi Luyun, after this martial arts competition, I will leave Fengyang City. The outside world is very vast, and we will definitely meet again in the future. Take care. Yi Luyun immediately sent a message to him, see you in the outside world. Take care. The two smiled at each other and walked off the ring together. Is it over? Yi Luyun actually won the first place. Both of them don't seem to have used their full strength. Do they still have reservations? Oh my God. Is this still alive? Do you still have reservations after being beaten like this? I didn't even see how they were beaten. Everyone was talking in the audience. But no one dared to question Yi Luyun's first place. Liang Shui looked at Yi Luyun's expression and was even more surprised. This guy. He's become stronger. He's even useless as a weapon, that she won't compete with Yi Luyun for any ranking. She was originally here to make soy sauce. She heard that Yi Luyun was coming, so she came to join in the fun. Therefore, the first place in this martial arts competition is Yi Luyun, the second is Mo Tianheng, the third is Yi Tianxi, and the fourth is Mo Tianli. They are called the four geniuses of Fengyang City by these younger generation of disciples. As for Qin Xian, she dare not challenge any of these four people. She wanted to challenge Yi Mingzhen, but she felt that there was no point in it, and she was not sure of winning. It would be even more embarrassing if we lose again. This martial arts competition came to an end after Yi Luyun and Mo Tianheng decided the winner. Yi Luyun lived up to expectations and won first place for his family, and also won the right to host the next martial arts competition. As soon as the martial arts competition ended, someone immediately reported the results to the Yi family. The heads and elders of the Yi family were waiting for news in the meeting hall. They were also very relieved after learning the news. At the same time, he also felt angry and sorry for Yi Qingyun. The two men wearing armor also appeared in the distance. Oh! What a pity! These two guys are hiding something. It's not fun to watch, said the man with a lazy voice. As soon as the two of them appeared, they were immediately spotted by the white-haired old man of the Qin family, who broke into the city lord's mansion. The old man roared and rushed towards the two of them. Hey, this old guy is quite vigilant. The man with a lazy voice laughed. Don't worry about it, let me do some exercise. I see that the two little guys are getting excited from the fight. As he said that, he also ran over and slapped the white-haired old man face to face. With a bang, the white-haired old man was blown away, and his arms went limp. Who are you? Even if you are a master, you can't leave the city lord's mansion easily. The old man said, and a whistle sounded in his mouth. Suddenly, many guards in black appeared around, surrounding the two people. 19. Stop making trouble. It's more important to do business. One of the armored men said, so. The man called 19 raised the token in his hand to the white-haired old man. TCH. If I don't have other things to do and don't want to waste time here, do you think you scum can stop us? King Tianyin's mansion. Are you the golden armored guards of King Tianyin's mansion? The white-haired old man asked in a trembling voice. The guards of Prince Tianyun are passing by Fengyang City. Why don't you get out of the way quickly? The armored man threatened. Yes. Everyone, step back. The white-haired old man ordered hurriedly. The palace guards of the Tianyun Palace have a higher position than the golden armored guards. How dare he neglect them? Just based on the powerful aura of the two people and the strength they displayed, the old man knew that these two people were real palace guards, not imposters like Yiqingyun. The two armored men didn't waste much time and left the city lord's mansion in a flash, and they were no longer seen. The white-haired old man thought for a while and felt that those two people should also be passing by. A small place like Fengyang City cannot recruit such a big shot, so he hurriedly summoned his guards and chased them in both directions of the Yi family and the Mo family, intercepting and killing Yi Luyun and Mo Tianheng. The talent and strength these two people showed today are enough to threaten the Qin family's status. Get rid of them even at the risk of some exposure. Anyway, the identities of these guards are nowhere to be found. Even if they are discovered by others and refuse to admit it, there is nothing others can do to them, and he himself then ran towards Yi Luyun. This was their plan beforehand. Once the first place was taken away by someone else, he would take action on the first place himself. Although he had just been injured, he couldn't display half of his strength. But with his 5th level of true essence, it should be more than enough to deal with a junior in the body refining realm. The Yi family and the Mo family never expected that the Qin family would be so desperate and dare to intercept and kill them openly. So none of them were in a hurry. Moreover, both families were escorted by 2 elders of the 3rd level of true energy, and they were completely unaware of the approaching danger, especially Yi Luyun's side. An elder couldn't wait to bring the good news back to his family, so he returned first as soon as the martial arts competition was over. Fortunately, Liang Shui followed Yi Luyun, and their fighting strength was not too bad. Yi Luyun was walking back talking and laughing with others when his expression suddenly changed. Everyone, let's go, we are being targeted by the guards of the city lord's mansion. Yi Luyun had been in contact with the guards and had some knowledge of their hidden movements, so he was the first to discover them. Why didn't I feel it? The accompanying elder released his consciousness, but found nothing. Hurry up, before they form a siege. Yi Luyun urged. Everyone would rather believe it and hurried on their way. Sure enough, when the guards saw them speeding up, they didn't bother surrounding them anymore and chased after them. Chapter 38 Tooth Extraction Plan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Luyun's consciousness swept back and discovered 8 guards of the 2nd and 3rd levels of true essence, and there is a more powerful aura following these people. 8 2nd and 3rd level true essence guards, and a stronger aura behind them. The others will leave first and go back to the family to ask for help. Sister Liang, the elder and I are behind. Don't stop now. No one can run as far as they can. How far is it? Yi Luyun arranged decisively. He knew that all of these people couldn't leave, and if Yi Tianxi and the others stayed, they would die. It was better to let them go back for help, and maybe they could make it in time. At this time, the elders who protected them also noticed the guards chasing after them, and they became even more anxious. Everyone whipped their horses as hard as they could and galloped desperately. The guards behind were also chasing after him with all their strength. After running forward for a while, they were caught up by the guards. Yi Tianxi and others continued on their way. They knew that staying would only cause trouble, so they might as well rush back to the family to ask for help. The guards did not chase them. After all, they were not the main target. Fortunately, Yi Luyun and the others were riding on horses, so there was no cost. As soon as they dismounted, they immediately attacked the guards. Yi Luyun punched a 2nd level true essence guard who was flying towards him. Liang Shui and the elder were by his side. helping him fend off others. The guard's mouth raised, and without thinking, he faced Yi Luyun and punched him. He thought that this punch could kill Yi Luyun. After all, Yi Luyun was just a junior in the body refining stage. It's a pity that he didn't see the battle between Yi Luyun and Mo Tianheng. Unexpectedly, it was him who was blasted away. Yi Luyun succeeded with a punch and immediately hit a third-level True Essence guard who was fighting with the Great Elder. Seeking death. The guard shouted, waving his palm towards Yi Luyun. Yi Luyun launched the soul attack first, and the guard's soul was penetrated by Yi Luyun's consciousness dagger on the spot. Yi Luyun took advantage of his daze and punched him in the head, causing his brains to splatter on the spot. On Liang Shue's side, she also killed a guard of the third level of True Essence with one sword, and was surrounded by 3 other guards. But her level is high, so there is no danger in dealing with her. Seeing that she could still cope with it, Yi Luyun joined forces with the family elder to attack another third-level True Yuan guard. First attack with the soul sword, and then kill the enemy with one punch. Soon the 2 of them came back to help Liang Shui. 3 guards, 1 each, were all brought down. At this time, the white-haired old man also rushed over and attacked Yi Luyun directly. The elders of the Yi family stepped forward to block the attack, but were knocked away with a punch. Liang Shui also waved her sword to block him, but was easily bypassed by the elder and continued to rush towards Yi Luyun. Yi Luyun's expression remained unchanged when suddenly a knife appeared in his hand. Then the soul sword shot into the old man's sea of consciousness, and then slashed down with an extremely violent blow. The white-haired old man was originally injured. He was blocked by the elder and spent his energy to avoid Liang Shui. At this moment, the old strength had just been exhausted and the new strength had not yet been born. He was attacked by Yi Luyun's soul sword again, so his defense was extremely weak. 1/3 of his body was split open by Yi Luyun's sword. Seeing that he was not going to survive, he tried his best to slap Yi Luyun. Although this palm did not use all his strength, it was enough for Yi Luyun to bear. He was instantly slapped away and spit out a mouthful of blood. When Liang Shui saw that Yi Luyun was injured, she became violent and cut off the white-haired old man's head with a sword. Then she rushed towards Yi Luyun and held him in her arms. "I'm fine. I'm just a little injured, not serious." Yi Luyun felt her anxiety and couldn't help but be moved. He quickly spoke out to comfort her. Liang Shui felt relieved when she saw that Yi Luyun didn't seem to be seriously injured. But she still held him and didn't let go. Yi Luyun immediately took out a healing pill and swallowed it. He also took a healing pill and asked Liang Shui to take it for the elder of the family. The elder was seriously injured and was unconscious at the moment. After Liang Shui gave him the elixir to take, she used her true energy to force the elixir into his body, finally saving his life. Then he returned to Yi Luyun and scolded, "Where is your black python? Why didn't you take it out to help you? I didn't expect that old guy to fight back after being split in half by me." It was already too late and it was too late to call the black python. Yi Luyun's body has recovered a lot after taking the elixir. However, Liang Shui held him and felt that her back was very comfortable against her soft body. So he pretended that the injury was not healed yet and stayed there unable to get up. His immortal hegemonic body skill has reached the 2nd level, his own defensive ability is strong, and the injuries he suffered are not serious. Coupled with the effect of the elixir, I can now move on my own. He estimated that Yi Tianxi and the others should have returned to the family by now, and the family would soon send people to rescue them, so he was not worried about someone attacking them a second time. Even if someone does come, he still has the black python to resist for a while. So he closed his eyes and enjoyed Liang Shui's embrace. It wasn't until he felt the elders of the Yi family coming that he jumped up from Liang Shui's arms. Liang Shui was startled by him, and then she realized that she had been deceived by this guy, and her face became red and hot. But in front of the elders of the Yi family, she couldn't get angry. The head of the Yi family brought people here personally. Seeing that Yi Luyun was fine, he immediately felt relieved. Moreover, the injured elder also took the healing elixir and was fine. So everyone lifted the elder up and returned to Ye's house together. After returning, Yi Luyun took Liang Shui directly back to the Qi Hall on the pretext of healing his injuries. "Can you find the lair of the Blue Wolf mercenary group?" Yi Luyun asked her. "What do you want to do?" Liang Shui asked in confusion. "It's impolite not to return the favor." The city lord's mansion has attacked me several times, how can I not return the favor to them? Yi Luyun said with a smile. Okay, I'll go and find out the situation first, you wait for my news. Liang Shui also felt that the city lord's mansion was too much, and even didn't let her go, so, she immediately took action, took out the sound transmission talisman, notified the people of Wanbao Pavilion, and investigated the power of the city lord's mansion. A few hours later, several elders of Wanbao Pavilion came and reported to Liang Shui about the power of the city lord's mansion. The lair of the Blue Wolf mercenary group is in a mountain range outside the city. Moreover, this mountain range is also a mineral vein, which is one of the main sources of income for the city lord's mansion. The Blue Wolf mercenary group set up its lair there, and also shouldered the responsibility of helping to protect the mineral vein. The leader of the Blue Wolf mercenary group is at the 4th level of True Yuan. At present, there are more than 50 people guarding the mine and the Blue Wolf mercenary group's lair. It must be said that this Blue Wolf mercenary group is definitely a big guy. Without the support of the city lord's mansion, it would never have grown so big. For an ordinary mercenary group, 10 people are considered a lot. The other forces of the city lord's mansion are all some shops. It is not convenient for Yi Luyun and his team to take action, so they decided to target the Blue Wolf mercenary group's lair. They also named this plan the Tooth Extraction Plan. It means to extract the minions of the city lord's mansion. Liang Shui asked Yi Luyun to rest for 2 days before taking action. For the sake of safety, Yi Luyun also felt that it would be safer to completely heal his injuries before going, so the two agreed to take action 2 days later after dark. Liang Shui went back first with the elders of Wanbao Pavilion. Chapter 39. Even the pot is thrown away. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Luyun prepared some body-refining liquid for himself, took another condensing pill, and got into the bathtub to soak. 520 official website. His injuries had fully recovered that night. Feeling bored, he began to refine the elixirs. He took out all the medicinal materials that Liang Shui sent last time and began to refine the elixirs one by one. He can now refine 20 or 30 pills in one furnace. Not only the quantity is large, but the quality is also high. 67% of the elixirs produced are of low-grade Xian level. Practice until dawn. He put away all the Xian level elixirs and put all the Huang level elixirs he was going to sell together. Then he took the condensing pill again and took a medicinal bath. 2 hours later, his injuries completely recovered. By coincidence, Yi Tianxi and Yi Mingjun came over to see his injury. Yi Luyun sacrificed his life at the critical moment and let them go first. They were all grateful, so they came to see his injuries. Yi Luyun immediately told them both of his revenge plan. These two people also always stay within the family to practice and rarely have opportunities for experience. Upon hearing Yi Luyun's plan, he immediately asked to participate in one voice, so Yi Luyun asked them to go back and prepare and meet at his place before dark tomorrow. Yi Luyun did not waste the next time, took a Guyuan Dan and started practicing. After the battle with Mtlnovel, his artistic conception improved a lot and his realm became extremely stable. It didn't take long for his realm to naturally break through to the 8th level of body refining, since he had suppressed too much. Before, he was not surprised by the improvement in his realm this time. After stabilizing his state for a while, he practiced sword and boxing with the puppet to consolidate his new sword and fist skills. The more he practiced, the more he realized that Mtlnovel was really extraordinary. How did he master this artistic conception? Yi Luyun had never found this kind of artistic conception among the elders of the Yi family, and Mtlnovel is just a disciple of the Mo family. Could it be that he often experiences outside and encounters some opportunities? It seems that going out often is very beneficial. Didn't I just get the power of thunder and lightning and medicinal materials after I went out? After dawn, he had a hearty meal and continued to practice his soul and forged the soul's sword. This time, he tried to use the power of thunder and lightning in his body to temper the soul's sword. He felt that since the intention of the sword and the intention of the fist were connected, the power of thunder and lightning should also be connected. Sure enough, his attempt was successful, and the soul's sword also brought with it the power of thunder and lightning, which was more lethal to the soul. It's just that the process is a little more painful. Using the power of thunder and lightning to temper the soul sword is equivalent to using the power of thunder and lightning to repeatedly attack your own soul. Every lightning strike made his soul tremble. After practicing for only an hour, he had to stop and rest. With the help of the concentration pill, it took him a whole afternoon to recover. Before dark, Xianxia rushed over. They ate barbecue while waiting for Xianxia and others. Not long after, Xianxia and Yimingzhen came, bringing 6 people with them. It turned out that Xianxia and Yimingzhen spilled the beans when they went back to prepare. These people found out and wanted to participate together. Even Yi Yong came over and begged Yi Luyun to take him with him. Yi Luyun finally agreed. However, they are required to obey the command, otherwise they will never be taken with them again. Of course everyone had no objections. They now admire Yi Luyun so much that they fall to the ground. Yi Luyun saw that it was still early, so he took out more ferocious beast meat and roasted it for everyone to eat. The group ate so much that they didn't want to leave. After the sky turned completely dark, they all put on black clothes and quietly slipped out of Ye's house, then left the city and rushed to the lair of the Green Wolf mercenary group. At 10 minutes past midnight, they arrived at the predetermined location. Yi Luyun went to explore the route first, then came back to arrange tasks for everyone and agreed on a signal for action. Most of the mercenaries and guards guarding the mine were sleeping. There are a few sentries standing guard outside, but they are not of a high level. All of them were locked by Yi Luyun with his spiritual consciousness, and then he shot an arrow in the throat and killed them without even making a sound. Yi Luyun and the others quickly found the guard station and asked Xianxia to eliminate the leader of the guard, while the others were responsible for eliminating the guard, and the battle was quick. And he first went to the entrance of the cave where the mercenaries lived and intercepted the mercenaries who came out for reinforcements. Xianxia knew that he had a black python, so she was not worried. He directly led people to rush into the guard station, first deal with the guard leader, and then leave the rest to the Yi family disciples, and then rush to reinforce Yi Luyun. After Yi Luyun arrived at the entrance of the cave where the mercenaries lived, he directly released the black python, one each with the black python, and killed the 2 mercenary sentries at the entrance of the cave. Then he and the black python ambush outside the cave entrance to block the mercenaries who came out. Soon, there were shouts of killing. The mercenaries in the cave were alerted, and a team of more than 10 mercenaries ran out to inspect the situation. As soon as they came out of the cave, more than half of them were killed by the black python's tail, and the remaining few were quickly killed by the black python and Yi Luyun. Yi Luyun's sword intention was unleashed, and even a mercenary at the 3rd level of true energy could not stop him from striking out. As soon as the battle was over, the black python immediately packed up the corpses as his own reserve rations. Before the mercenaries from behind came out, Xianxia rushed over and guarded around the entrance of the cave with Yi Luyun. Yi Luyun's consciousness also penetrated into the cave to observe the situation of the mercenaries. The mercenaries in the cave waited for a while and saw that none of the people sent out just came back, so they guessed that they might have been ambushed, so the mercenary leader gathered everyone together and rushed out together. The first few mercenaries who rushed out were beaten to pulp by the black python's tail. The mercenaries behind immediately broke into pieces and rushed out one by one, but were killed one by Xianxia and Yi Luyun who were blocking them outside. Finally, the mercenaries charged together twice more, but were shot by the black python both times. The black python and Yi Luyun had a soul connection, so the timing of the python's tail strike was quite accurate. The remaining 7 or 8 mercenaries, including the mercenary leader, no longer dared to come out, and they all shrank to hide in the cave. Yi Luyun and the others also turned from defense to offense. It's just that the space inside the cave is small, and the black python needs to shrink a little before it can enter. Yi Luyun asked the black python to shrink first and wrap it around his arm, and then he would adapt to the situation according to the situation. After entering the cave, Yi Luyun opened his phantom eyes and carefully moved forward while checking whether the mercenaries had set up traps. As a result, they went very smoothly. Maybe there are no masters of mechanisms or formations among the mercenaries. Encountering several relatively low-level traps, Yi Luyun easily broke them all. The mercenary leader and the remaining few people were hiding in a hall in the deepest part of the cave. In the entire cave, there was only one exit through which Yi Luyun and the others came. Before reaching the final hall, Yi Luyun released the black python. The black python grew bigger, and before entering the hall, it suddenly sprayed out several puffs of black mist, covering the entire hall. "What is this black mist?" Xianxia asked curiously. "The black python's innate magical power. It's poisonous gas." Yi Luyun said with a smile, "It can't be more effective when used in such a closed space. It saves us having to fight them desperately." But after a while, Yi Luyun's consciousness discovered that everyone inside was poisoned, including the mercenary leader. After they fell, the black python breathed hard and sucked back all the poisonous gas. Then it rushed into the cave and swallowed all the poisoned corpses. After that, nothing happened to the black python. Yi Luyun put the black python into the storage ring and let it go back to digest food. Chapter 40 Hidden Genius. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Luyun and Xianxia entered the hall and plundered all the treasures hidden by the mercenaries. //ncom, these mercenaries are really wealthy, with hundreds of thousands of low-grade crystals alone. There are also various weapons, elixirs and other items. With these things in hand, their return was not in vain. Yi Luyun and Xianxia returned the same way and rushed to the guard station. Yi Xianxia and the others have killed all the guards and are cleaning the battlefield as planned, stacking the loot, ores and other items together. The corpses were also gathered in another pile. Looking at the mountains of ore, it must have been a long time since the city lord's mansion came to transport the ore away. Liang recognized that these ores were all iron ores with relatively high content. These were worth at least more than 100,000 low-grade crystal stones. Yi Luyun and Xianxia immediately started to load all the ore away. Even the corpse Yi Luyun was put into the storage ring, and then the black python was put away. After everything was cleared, they quickly evacuated and returned to Ye's house while it was dark. Not long after they arrived home, it was dawn. Several people changed their clothes and threw them into the furnace to be burned. Although everyone was a little tired after a long night of hard work, their faces still had expressions of excitement. Yi Luyun immediately took everyone to the back hall. His apse was large enough to display all the trophies, including the crystal stones, crystal coins, weapons, elixirs, ores and other items they collected. They all took them out, and no one kept them secret. Then Yi Luyun began to distribute. Xianxia converted all the items into crystal stones and priced them, and then everyone took what they needed. The crystals are also distributed to everyone first, and after the ores and other items are sold, Xianxia and Yi Luyun distribute them. After a busy morning, everyone returned home with a full load. Yi Luyun and Xianxia packed up the remaining things and returned to Wanbao Pavilion with Xianxia. After arriving, Xianxia handed all the ores and other items to the elder. In addition to the remaining money from selling the storage ring, it was settled uniformly to Yi Luyun. After that, Yi Luyun also sold the recent elixirs and exchanged them all for crystal stones. He only had 100,000 crystal coins left on him. Yi Luyun took inventory and found that he actually had more than 500,000 low-grade crystal stones. This couldn't help but make him a little complacent. Now he is considered a rich man. He left more than 100,000 low-grade crystals and exchanged 400,000 crystals with Xianxia for 400 medium-grade crystals. Originally he thought he was quite rich. But after replacing the mid-grade spar, he realized that he was far behind. Thinking of Lin Shuiying in the Henglin Mountains, she carried 20,000 middle-grade crystals with her. And he only has 400. Compared with her, he is still poor. After Xianxia knew Yi Luyun's thoughts, she also laughed at him. Fortunately, Yi Luyun had a bright mind. He had the skills to make alchemy and weapon refining, so he didn't have to worry about making any money in the future. After that, Yi Luyun spent tens of thousands of crystal coins to buy a lot of medicinal materials and took them back for future use in elixir making. After returning to the Yi family, Yi Luyun began to continue his life of cultivation. Within 2 days, Yi Luyun received a piece of news that shocked him. Mo Tianheng disappeared. Yi Luyun knew that Mo Tianheng had gone to the outside world. Then grass began to grow in his heart, speeding up the progress of his cultivation. After cultivating the true qi for several days, he raised his level to the peak of the 8th level of body refining. Then take Guan Dan and start rebuilding new meridians. Once the meridians are rebuilt, his realm will break through to the 9th level of body refining. He suppressed her forcefully and condensed her true energy. He knew that the quality of qi was more important than the quantity. This is also the reason why he is able to fight across realms many times. What's more, the nature of his true energy is different from other people's. There is also mysterious energy in it, which is much stronger than other people's true energy. After his hard work, his energy was condensed a lot, then he took a Guyuan Dan and began to use his true energy to expand the air sea, which more than doubled again. Only then did he stop, because 7 meridians have been rebuilt in the body. The speed at which the true energy circulates in the body is much faster than that of ordinary people. At the same time, he has begun to practice using his true energy to attack enemies, and he is no worse than a strong man at the first or second level of the true essence realm. In particular, his 3 techniques, Thunder Fist, Tyrannical Sword Technique, and Heaven-Breaking Finger, can have a longer range and greater power when combined with the outward release of his true energy. Yi Luyan felt that with all his strength activated, even if he faced an ordinary third-level true essence warrior, he could still resist without using the soul sword to attack. Yi Luyan sparred with the metal puppet every day, and the metal puppet's level also improved to the 3rd level of true energy. The number of crystals required has also increased a lot than before. 10 middle-grade crystal stones will be consumed in 3 days if you practice for an hour every day. Yi Luyan simply gave all 400 mid-grade crystal stones to the puppet. In a blink of an eye, he became poor again. The dozens of low-grade crystal stones that the family gives to inner disciples every month are simply a drop in the bucket. This martial arts training is really expensive. It seems that we have to find a way to make money. That at the same time, Fengyang City also experienced a great turmoil. During this time, the Yi family and the Mo family also began to join forces to take revenge on the city lord's mansion and annex its properties together. For a time, many shops in the city lord's mansion were transferred to the hands of the Yi family and the Mo family. The city lord's mansion suffered heavy losses this time. The group of guards who intercepted and killed the Mo family were all killed by the Mo family elders and Mo Tianhan. With the addition of the white-haired old man, the city lord's mansion had lost almost half of its main combat power, and could no longer resist the combined efforts of the 2 aristocratic families, and one of their mineral veins was stolen by someone unknown, and all the people guarding the mine were missing. In the end, this vein was also occupied by Yi and Mo, who jointly mined and shared the profits. Wanbao Pavilion also stopped cooperating with the city lord's mansion. Instead, it cooperated more with the Yi family and the Mo family, and suppressed the business of the city lord's mansion everywhere. Some other small aristocratic families also took advantage of the situation and defected to the Yi family and Mo family one after another, and cut off cooperation with the city lord's palace. The city lord's palace was hit by walls everywhere for a while, and was suppressed to the point where it couldn't lift its head. After Yi Luyan heard the news, he felt secretly happy. However, before he could be proud for too long, the news that they had obtained the city lord's palace mine was spread. There is no airtight wall in the world. After the disciples of the Yi family who participated in the operation became rich, some of them spent money lavishly. Someone discovered the secret and found out. The city lord's palace wants the Yi family to hand over Yi Luyan, but this time, the Mo family did not stand with the Yi family. Mo Tianhan, a genius disciple of the Mo family, disappeared, but Yi Luyan of the Yi family was still there. This made them scruple, but the city lord's mansion alone cannot do anything to the Yi family. Finally, the clan leader pretended to punish Yi Luyan and imprisoned him in a formation in the back mountain of the clan. It was said that he was imprisoned, but in fact it was to protect him from retaliation from the city lord's palace. Anyway, Yi Luyan practiced wherever he went, so he didn't delay practicing in the back mountain. Just when Yi Luyan was imprisoned, a big shot came to the Yi family, a middle-aged man. But he is the Real Palace Guard of Tianyun Palace. The Yi family were all frightened, thinking that he was here to seek an explanation for Yi Qinyan, so the clan leader secretly made up his mind to hand over Yi Luyan no matter what. But the middle-aged man was polite. Don't be cautious, everyone. I just heard that a genius came out of the Yi family. Let me confirm it. If it is true, I can take him directly into the Tianyun Palace. When the clan leader and other elders heard this, they all relaxed a lot. However, given that Yi Qinyan was just a handyman in Tianyun Palace before, they did not want Yi Luyan to follow in his footsteps. If you work there as a handyman, you might as well have a better future within the family, so everyone tacitly called Yi Tianxi and other Yi family disciples Only his name was not Yi Luyun.